Before you quit your job, leave your relationship, or reinvent everything, please listen to this. Have you ever had that moment where everything looks fine? Your relationship, your career, your house. Not my house, but okay. Your routine. Nothing's technically wrong, but something feels off. And you wake up one morning and you realize you're showing up for a life you built. You did this, you built this. But somewhere along the way, you stopped fitting inside it. Because I think one of the hardest experiences in life isn't failure. It's success that no longer feels like it's yours, like it belongs to you. And the scary part, sometimes nothing dramatic happened. There's no crisis. There's no divorce. There's no death. There's no firing. There's no breakdown. It's just a quiet realization. And it says, this doesn't feel like me anymore. And when that happens, people often do one of two things. They ignore it, or they blow up their whole life. And if you're Queen Sagittarius, we are fire signs, you might blow it all up. I did. And it worked for me. But it wasn't easy, and I don't recommend that. But there's also another option. And that's what I want to explore today. So, welcome back to Sip on This, the show where we talk about love, life, careers, and that moment. The moment before you blow it all up. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. I'm your host. I'm Deirdre Haggerty. I'm an ICF certified coach and the founder of Coaching with Miss D, which offers life, relationship, and career coaching to help you align your values and vision for life. I am so excited you're joining me today to have a conversation, coffee or tea in hand as we chat about life, careers, relationships, and all the little things that can shape who we are. I won't lecture you or tell you what to do. It's just the two of us in a coffee shop chatting about the topics that make us laugh or drive us nuts or that moment. So, first I want to talk about the signs. The signs that say quietly or loudly in big, bold caps, your life no longer fits. And I think the signs are quieter than most people expect. Again, mine were not. But, not everybody's is going to be. Not everybody fits into this little cute, little neat little package. So what are some of the signs? You're exhausted, but you're not physically tired. I heard that from a client this morning. She's exhausted. She loves her job. She's not ready to blow it all up yet. But there's something missing. You're achieving things you once wanted, which on paper and in your bank account may look wonderful, but you feel nothing. There's no satisfaction of it. And maybe you feel a little guilty about that because ideally it's working, but there's something about it that's off, You scroll social media, which is the biggest lie in the world, especially if you're seeing me here now. If you're seeing me here now, I have these beautiful things around me. I don't have filters on me, but I do have special lighting. It's all fake, man. It's all fake. How did everyone else figure this shit out and I'm just here, void? It may look like they figured it all out, but I promise you it took them a really long time to get there too. And then you stop recognizing yourself. You become productive because you probably are a very productive person, but you're disconnected from what you're producing. You start saying things like, I should be grateful. you're feeling guilty, like, shit, I should feel grateful. Like, look at all this wonderful stuff I have. I have nothing to complain about. Other people have it worse. Yeah, I guarantee that is true. But that doesn't take away from the fact that these are your feelings. Because gratitude and dissatisfaction can exist together. This is not a midlife crisis. It might have been labeled as such years ago. I had this conversation with my client earlier as well, because, men feel this way too. I may be speaking to women right now. Men feel this way, but they're a little different in their reactions to it. And maybe they'll call it a midlife crisis. Maybe they go and react in ways that aren't productive, or maybe they're reacting in ways that seem all kinds of all over the place. But for you, when I'm talking to people, I'm getting that what they're thinking about themselves, they're thinking that something is wrong with them. And often, nothing's wrong. You evolved. Your values changed. Your priorities changed. Your identity changed. Whether it's through divorce, changes of jobs, grief, empty nesters, whatever it happens to be, things have changed. And that's okay. Nobody told you to update your life accordingly. Like, life is a shopping list or whatever nonsense. You're not the same person at 45, 50, or 60 that you were at 25. You're not the same person after loss or motherhood or building a business or burnout or success. You're the same person, but you've evolved. And that's not failure. That's just life, man. That's just life. So I need you to pause before you blow it up. For me, I got lucky. I got so lucky because my husband was in a good position for me to blow it all up. I had the support. I had the support of my husband. I had the support of my children. It doesn't always work out that way for people, okay? So before you quit your job, here's what I need you to do. I need you to take a beat. Before you leave that relationship, unless it's abusive, that's a different story. I need you to take a breath. Before you start over, I need you to take a sip of water and listen. And then I want you to ask yourself, what specifically no longer fits? What specifically no longer fits into this version of myself that I'm growing into? That old version isn't gone. You're still you. But what am I craving? What part of you, what part of me have I ignored? I can tell you for me, I ignored me. Yeah, I was doing all the things. I wanted to work out. I made sure working out. I knew working out was part of my life. I knew it created happy endorphins. I knew it made me feel good. It gave me time for myself. But I ignored me. I put my career and my continuing education on hold. I eventually got there. Don't get me wrong. I eventually got there. And by the time I got there, it was a different version of what I wanted when I was 18 years old, first entering college, which changed my first semester anyway, which changed my last year of high school, to be honest, which changed when I got married at such a young age, which changed once I started having children. And I was just doing things, not just to do them, but they fit in my life at that moment. I don't regret them. They made me who I are. They made me strong. They educated me. They made me powerful. But I ignored me living for me. And I am blessed to live, and I'm surrounded by these wonderful, supported men, my husband and my sons, and my son's significant others, my daughter-in-law and my hopefully future daughter-in-law, who are so wonderful in how they support me and how I've grown and evolved. And that part of me, I wanted to bring out and become a coach. That's what I ignored. That part of me that wanted to help people. I really did truly want to help people. This isn't bullshit. This is what I wanted to do. My initial goal in life was to be a therapist. My initial goal in life was to be a writer. Well, guess what I am now? I am a writer. And now I may not be a therapist, but I am a certified coach. And I love helping my clients. I love it more than anything else. I get immense satisfaction after I get off a Zoom call with them and I've seen their progress. Where do I feel most alive? I feel most alive when my headphones are in my ears and I am typing away at this book, which has been a labor of love for me for years, for 3 years now. And it's so many different facets of my life that I've put in there. I feel so alive when I'm doing that. Where do you feel most alive? What part of you have you ignored? What do I keep postponing? For me now at 58, I'm not postponing anything. I am doing it. What do you keep postponing? What are you putting on the back burner? What are you declaring that I'm too old to do this? What are you saying, you know what, I can't do this today? What do you say, I don't have enough time to do this? Oh, my kids need me. Of course your kids need me. You're not going to stop being there for your kids. But what are you postponing? What version of myself am I protecting? Well, when my novel comes out, you will know that version of me that I was protecting. It's a fiction novel, but there's so many facets of me in there that I protected for so many years. So what version of you are you protecting? And how can you bring that out to the world and say, I am fucking awesome? Because you are. So you don't need to burn your life down. I didn't burn it down. I just shuffled a lot of pieces quickly. Sometimes you need a boundary. Sometimes you need one conversation. Sometimes you need one honest look. Sometimes you need one experiment. Just one. It's that one step. Your second, third, 10th act, or whatever chapter of life you're in, I promise you, the next one, I believe, begins quietly. For most of us. Not with fireworks. Sometimes there are fireworks. But those fireworks make you stop and pay attention. And you're looking up, and then you look, and you said, oh. It makes you realize that maybe just I need a little permission. And that's permission to admit you've changed. I've changed. I've evolved. And then permission to ask yourself, what now? What now? What is next for you? If this conversation resonated with you, pay attention to what it's saying. Not because you need to change everything, because you're you, you're awesome, you got yourself here. No other person is going to tell you any different. No podcast, no self-help book, nothing is going to make you be different. You're you. Give yourself grace for being you, for getting you here. But maybe just now, there's more, and there's nothing wrong with wanting more. You're allowed to want more. Because maybe your life may be asking for something different. So don't ignore that quiet feeling. It doesn't mean your life's broken. It just means your life is asking to grow some more. So sip on that. And before you go, one more thing I want to share. If any of my podcasts have resonated with you, or maybe this is your first time. So if any of these conversations have resonated and you've been wishing for a space to talk about some of this in real time, maybe you don't have the money for coaching. I do discovery calls all the time. And yes, some people do want free coaching, and I can't offer free coaching private sessions. But what I can do is invite you to something I'm doing that's new. And it's called Coffee with Miss D, a free monthly Zoom gathering for women who are navigating change, reinvention, relationships, career transitions, and discovering what comes next. And yes, it's free. There's no pressure. There's no perfect answers. We're going to have real conversation, reflection, connection, and then maybe one next step. So grab your coffee or your tea and please join me. You can register at coachingwithmissd.com/coffee. I would love to see you there. Our first Coffee with Miss D is on Friday, July 3rd at 10 a.m. and it continues on the first Friday of every month. I cannot wait to see you there and hear your story. So, please share with someone who might need a coach today or just might need to hear this conversation that they are freaking awesome and they don't need an hour-and-a-half episode with people who I adore, but maybe you just need a 10-minute, hey, you're awesome. Hey, you're awesome. And I'd love it if you'd like, subscribe, and visit coachingwithmissd.com for more resources. Until next time, keep sipping whatever it is you're sipping. And remember to live your life as your authentic self, your version, no one else's.